what I need to do. Good morning. Can you hear me? I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with the sound. You can hear me? Okay. As long as you can hear me, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't hear echo. That's the good thing. How are you this morning? Loud and clear, no echo? Yeah. I don't know. I cannot figure this out for the life of me. But at least there's no echo. That's the good thing. So, all right, can't complain. Exactly. I'm good. I'm early. I'm early for a change. I almost came in and changed the time. I don't know. Sometimes I have to get myself motivated to get back on here. Um, I don't even know what day it is. Is it Tuesday? Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Wasn't I supposed to do this Monday? Yeah. Last week threw us off, and I don't know what I was thinking when I said Monday. It was just so much going on. It's Thursday. See, I don't even know what day it is. Yeah, that's sad. It's Thursday. Oh my goodness. I'm off by days. See, don't charge it. Don't charge it. Okay. I'm off by days. So I'm doing good to be up, showered, dressed. You know, it's quiet for a moment. So I thought I would just hop on here and do this really quickly. Um, let's see. August. It's August 31st. So everybody started sharing their school supplies and back to school finds and things like that. Everybody get excited. I got excited, see all the stuff, and been waiting I will say all year, but the past few months for tax-free weekend. We had tax-free weekend on starting August the 11th. And that also applies for online. So up until Sunday, midnight Sunday, we're able to take advantage. So, yeah, I'm thinking about all the stuff I need, intend to get, made my list, looked at it, checked it. Okay, no problem. Looking at all the hauls and everything. Oh, I like this. I like that. This looks good. I could do this with that. This is pretty. This is cute. This is useful. This is okay. I don't need that. Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, nice. said, okay, so now I have to be ready. I didn't want to go out Friday. Um, Normally, I don't go out on the weekend anyway. I just don't go out, especially to spend money. But sometimes we do make exceptions. So I had to think, okay, I need to get the girls ready because, you know, when you have girls, you have hair. So I had to start prepping early that week. And the girls' hair braided. So that's what I did. Today is still braided from early this month. That's where I'm at right now. So I need to get that, get on the hair thing again. But it held up pretty good. Anywho, so I had them ready. You know, all we had to do is get up and get dressed and get out the door. Right? Simple. So Saturday comes. I get up and I'm still looking things, and I've been price checking things and just scoping things out just to see what I could find before I go to the store. I like to make it in and out if I can. Last year was quite a mess. We went to Target and Target was like ransacked. It was horrible. So I was thinking about that, and I said, let me just come back to myself before I let those visions of all of those, posts and hauls um, take over me. I had to pray. So I prayed over that list. And then I just started. I don't know what I started doing. But whatever I was doing in preps to get us out the door stopped. And the time got later and later and later. It's like, okay, aren't we going to the store? And I'm looking around like, you know what? We don't need to go. We don't need to go. So we start looking at each other. Okay, so what are we going to do? What do you need? And I had this whole list of stuff. Yes, school shopping is horrible. Now, yes. And I looked at the list and I said, you know what? I don't need all this stuff. I don't need it all at all. Okay, what do you need? And I had already been telling you all there were some things that I needed. Honestly. And the first things that went out the door were all the little cutesy stuff that I had been seeing. I said, I'm not going to do this. I had to pray over this because had I not prayed, I would have been at the store running ape crazy. Come back with all this stuff. Where am I going to put this stuff? I do not like my stuff to manage me. I like to be able to manage my stuff. Okay. Yes, it's exciting to see all these new things. But when it comes to new, I have a certain mentality. I buy new cars and I buy new homes. New school supplies do not thrill me at all. That's right, plain and simple. As long as the pencil can write, it doesn't matter if the crayon is broken. You know? Sometimes you got to get that out your head. So I did an assessment. I did look at what we had and what I thought we actually needed before I started a list. So in the end, did we go out for tax-free weekend? No. Pulled out the laptop and I said, let's go shopping. So I'm going to show you what I ended up with. some, okay, I want to reiterate. Okay, one of us did go to the store, Office Depot. One of us did go. Okay, and I went back to the prayer. The smart thing for me would be to not go anywhere. Okay, because I know if I send somebody with a list, they're going to get what's on that list. If I go in the store, yeah, it's like candy. And I don't even like candy. So some of the things that I wished for, I said, go check this out for me. Go check this out for me. Tell me what it looks like. And in the end, I didn't need it. So I'm glad we didn't go. But what we did get was glue. So we needed some more glue sticks. And this is just something that we keep a supply of. So like every other month or so, I'll end up getting another one, because we actually went through about 2 of those. So I know that right off the bat. I'll end up getting another one. They are good for our notebooks, our interactive notebooks. And while I'm on interactive notebooks, spirals. I was watching the spirals. Everybody was saying the spirals were not below a certain price. And I really said, okay, I need some more spirals. If you think back to last year, I think we had 24. I just started, let me see. I think I gave them the last 4 in the last couple of months. So they're all consumed. We do have some composition books, but I found an alternative. I didn't need the spirals. But that was one of the things that I was after. I wanted to go get some more. I didn't really need them. The folders, I had a whole stack of folders from last year. We got the Polyvi folders from Office Depot. And then I got as a backup paper with the prongs. And the Polyvi folders have held up beautifully. That's what their workbox work goes in. They're fine. So I still have the paper ones. And I found an alternative for little things that we need. That is what I can use those for. Because we had, I think, I don't know, I bought extra of those. So we really didn't need those. I had to put my stash of paper up. But paper. Obviously, you need paper. So we got some paper. Now, erasers. I always need erasers. Okay. This actually was not purchased during tax-free. It was purchased in June, but you always need erasers. Now, I probably wouldn't have picked the accessory pack, but again, I wasn't the one that made that decision. But this was a good buy because they do use them. We go through erasers like more than pencils, and the grips are nice to have. Excuse me. Which brings me to pencils. Let me grab my pencils. All right. I want to go back to a couple of years ago. I don't know. I remember going to Office Depot and buying Ticonderoga. This is what we use. I do not give them a whole pack of pencils. I think we have a big box. Was I can't even remember how many was in there. But half that box is still full. And those were actually purchased for the big kids as well. Half that box is full. So when the accessory pack was purchased, the erasers and the grips, these also. So we have a ton of pencils because we have a couple of these. we have a couple of these. So in addition, this is a 24. So whatever that pack was, it was more than 24. It might have been 50. So I can't tell you how many pencils we have, but we didn't need any pencils. Had I gone to the store, I probably would have been grabbing pencils. Back in April, I ran into the Family Dollar. I posted on Instagram. Are those thick pencils? Yes, those are the best pencils. Those are the ones I used to use. Also, the ones that they don't make anymore that I loved when I was growing up, the trusty pencils, the kind that you used to bend. They don't make those anymore. But these pencils, these are pretty much the only ones we use. We can't use the little dollar pencils because the leads don't sharpen. They break and all that jazz. So, Ticonderoga all the way. And I don't know, back when they were, there was 2 of them, so it was a buy one, get one free when he picked those up. So, but I give them 2 pencils, and this is what I do to their pencils. Everybody's color-coded. So I wrap a piece of paper around it. They get an eraser, and they get a grip on their pencil. They get 2 pencils in the supply thing, and that's it. I don't let them. That's the reason why we have so many. Some people want to see a whole caddy of pencils. No, I don't do that. Yes, we did get the pencils from Office Depot. So everybody, I know whose pencil it is. Sometimes I will write their name on them with the Sharpie, but we know whose pencil it is. It's easy when I see a pencil on the floor or in another room, so-and-so, go get your pencil. And then they come and say, I can't find my pencil. Sometimes I will confiscate their pencil if I find it somewhere, and that makes them keep track of their pencil, because that's just something I just do not like. Lost pencils. You know, keep up with your supplies. This stuff costs money. But back in April, I went into Family Dollar, and I came across these. 50 cents a pack. Now, not so much into Disney, but, okay, they're pencils. These are the thick lead mechanical pencils. And so what I did was I bought some. Gave some to the kids, all the kids, big kids, little kids. I went back, picked up some more. I didn't want to be greedy and, you know, take them all. Left, went back again. I finished clearing the shelf. I think I had about 20 packs of pencils. So, again, we didn't need any pencils. I don't know how many is in this bag I have down here, but there are still tons of those, and I like those as well, the Paper Mates. Like I said, those are thicker than, what is this brand in front of me? I don't know. It's called INC. This one works pretty good, but those are very thick. So, no pencils. Let me grab down here. And then everything. No, not everything came from Office Depot. Target. Now, last year, Super Tips, these were buy 2, get 1 free. And I think they were $9 for 2. Okay? Because I see everybody with the buy or $1 a pack, and it's only 10 markers. This is 50. So we ended up with 150 markers for $10. Now, you can see there are some missing. This is 1 pack. I have 2 packs in my drawer, unopened, untouched. Okay? And it's probably about 4 or 5 colors in each spectrum. What I did was I took out, you know, dark, light, a medium per each color. Stuck it in a little caddy. These have not been touched. Neither have the other 100. They don't need all that stuff. It's nice to have it in the caddy to look at, but in reality, they don't need it. So we're not going to need markers for ever. We just don't need them. They have, and what I'm proud of is They haven't lost any caps. I do keep extra caps on hand, but they haven't lost any caps, and none of them have dried out, and they use them all the time. So this was better than buying the $1 pack for 10. So sometimes, you know, I know it's good. You see, oh, it's $1. You run to Target, it's $1, but you can find a better deal. And these went fast. They went fast. I think Office Depot was the only one that offered that deal. And I really believe that it was, I think they did it once before tax-free weekend, and then they did it tax-free weekend. No markers until college. These are the washable. We don't have any problem with them. So, yeah. And also I did that. I only give them, it's only about 20 I think they have, because I need to keep track of them. I don't want them all over the house. So you have a separate supply case for each of them. They have a pencil box, and I'll get to that when I share when I share the room again. I'll just kind of open the drawer. But they all have a pencil box, and then I have a caddy that has community supplies. So like I said, if they happen to lose a pencil, they need to take one out of the community supplies. A missing crayon, they need to take it out of community supplies, because I'm not giving them a whole box of anything. All right. Target. I was checking out Target to see what, you know, they had. And I was looking for dry erase markers. I looked at, because I saw another store came out with a brand that they never had them. And I thought, oh, okay. Well, let me look at Target and see what Target has in the way of markers, dry erase markers. I have some, but I don't like Expo markers, because they are highly, I'm going to say toxic. They smell. Okay. I don't like that odor. They say low odor. They're not low odor. You can smell those things. And so when I was searching, you know, I pulled up dry erase markers. The recommendation, these came up. These reminded me of something you would see in an office. And so I looked at them, and there was one review on them. But already when I looked at them, I thought, okay, yes. It's 24 markers. It's black, 12 black, 4 red, 4 blue, and 4 green. Low odor, they don't smell at all. They erase clean. The only thing about these, they were $12.69 only online. So I would not have seen these in the store had I gone. So I was glad I did pay attention to the recommendation. And so we went ahead and ordered these on Sunday, and they arrived Tuesday. They all work. We haven't had any problem. And like I said, they don't smell at all. I looked at another store online, School Supply. They retail $36 for this box. So it's an alternative to Expo or, you know, any other off-brand. Marks a lot. And we use these things like whatever. And again, I issue them. I write their names on them. This is it. Put it in your pencil box. And yeah, you are not going to take advantage of my whole box. Now I'm just going to see how long that box lasts, and then I'll know for next time if I need to buy 2 of them. You know, but for now, that's all I needed, because we still had some. I have a dry board and a chalkboard, but I cannot find good quality chalk. I don't know what happened to the Crayola chalk, but the quality, yes, you have to check school supply stores. Those usually, School Supply Inc. is one online. They usually have the best chalk. So, and then there are chalk markers as well. So check, you might want to invest in a chalk marker. Pull this stuff up. All right, I'm getting down to the wire. Let me show you. Also, I did not, these are not a new purchase, but pens floating around, because these are fairly new. The friction pens, and I did share these. These are a staple. I don't know what my other pens are, but I have these. So, School Supply Inc. School Supply Inc. These do erase very, they erase completely. The eraser is in the, this is the eraser. So if you're looking for pens, and they click. Because I color code everything. So these are just my staple. But so far they've held up, so I didn't have to get any more. But I did see a lot of these floating around. And I just, you know, they're mine. I keep them in my little drawer. It's enough ink for me. So they work. They are a little bit pricey, but for what they do, yeah. And I know there's like a smaller pack of those. I think it's a 4-pack. All right. Crayons, we did not need any crayons. I still had, I was going to get crayons. I really was. I'm one that is used to getting 30 packs of crayons at a time. It's just been my nature forever. Especially having childcare kids and stuff like that over the years. I would always do that. Spirals and crayons was a thing. It just cleared the shelf. But I think I have 6 boxes of crayons that are unopened. Everybody has a box of crayons in their supply case, and then we have a container that has probably about 2 or 3 packs. So no more crayons. They are going to be responsible with the crayons. If you guys watched the video from the other day, there was a red crayon. I didn't touch it. It was claimed by the end of the day because they needed it. But keep up with your crayons. Keep up with them. But what I did do, because we are into sensory, Mr. Sketch came out with crayons. So, and these were Office Depot. They were on basically half price. I think they were $5. Everything was $5 Mr. Sketch that weekend. So, and these are the twistable. And we have regular twistable, but we use these for special projects, special whatever. And I have my own set of smelly. And also new, okay, we needed colored pencils. Like crazy. We use them for maps and just all kinds of stuff. But we needed colored pencils. So. Ta-da. And I think they made a, I want to say a 10-pack of these colored pencils. It was a smaller pack, but they were all $5. So, Mr. Sketch. And good flavors. And then markers. So, I took advantage of the $5 deal and got them these smelly. And they use these for special purposes, not just for everything. Now, some can say that was a splurge. Yeah, it was a splurge. We use them for certain things, though. Like I said, sometimes, you know, you appeal to kids with stickers or, you know, I don't know, some people count the school supplies. They want to give them the new whatever because it makes everybody feel good. Okay, that's their feel good. And no, everybody did not get a pack. You saw 1 pack. That's it. There's no need to go overboard. If you teach them to take care and value their things, they will take care of that one thing that they have. So, and just like the Crayola markers, those will not be lost. They won't be destroyed because they understand that they're only getting that 1 pack. Okay, now if the thing happens to run dry, then that's fine. But they're not just going to purposely destroy the supplies. And that is it. That's honestly it. I didn't do anything else. I'm not buying anything else. The only thing that I keep up with is ink for the printer. I purchased back in, I think, April, a 24-pack of ink, and I'm good. And I think that was only $13 or something like that. I don't know. What is this other stuff? Laminating pouches. I keep a supply. Every other month, I order a supply of laminating pouches. But as far as all of the glitz and the glam of the school supplies, not me. Things that I saw or I see a lot of, Post-its, useless. Buy paper. I didn't show you notebook paper. We have a supply of notebook paper that I bought a while ago, and we didn't need any more because I bought enough of it. I don't waste money on Post-its. They're nice. They're cute. I don't do that. I don't do it at all. They're useless. I'm going to use some paper. I have composition books when I write things. Post-its, there's just a waste of money to me. I don't know. Everybody has their own, but it's a waste of money. What else? I don't know. There's a lot of things you probably will see that or saw that you think, okay, that's it. That's the whole haul. Yeah, that's it. Because everything else is not it's not a need, it's a want. So I kept it very simple. I kept it very minimal and what I could manage. I don't need oodles of things. Binders that I showed last year, I stocked up on binders. They are all in use. I did consider going to get some more, but I really didn't need them. When it boiled down to it, I didn't need them. I had some binders that are the smaller binders that there was material in them that we no longer needed. So I took those out and then I had my binders. So I cannot justify going to the store just because it's tax-free weekend and buying things. I would have came back with a whole bunch of things that I honestly did not need. And do I feel any any less prepared this year? No. We've been working just fine. We're not missing anything. We're not needing anything. That's all I can say is, yeah. I was a Post-it addict. Yeah, that's not me. I can't. It's little bitty things. When I have to think about buying things that cost a little more, I have to figure, okay, I need to cut out some of the little expenses. So I can't go buy all this little knickknacks and things like that. I still have paper clips from last year, binder clips, things like that. My thing is I'm very particular about things in the way I keep things. I don't lose them. Because when you have things all over the place and you start losing, you have to repurchase. So I'm very, very particular, down to the pencils. Keep up with your pencil. I was the child in school that I would take 2 trusty pencils. We had a whole pack of pencils, a lot of pencils my mom would go by, but I would take 2. I used those 2 pencils for the whole year. I made that a challenge to myself. It worked. I don't know. That's just me. But the same 2 pencils. I never lost my pencils. So if I just think it can be, it can be done if you're very careful and you just, you keep order. The 99-cent pencils are bad. The wood is rotten. Yes, they don't sharpen at all, and they mess up your pencil sharpeners. So, yeah, even though they look cute and things like that, I don't invest the money, Yeah, Target had a lot of cute little, colors and things like that in the Bullseye's Playground. Yeah. Now, what I did was a couple years ago in a haul, the Ticonderoga, Target had exclusive, they had colored. So I bought a pack, but it was only about, I think, 8 pencils in that pack. It was like pink and purple and like yellow, green. But the novelty, that's what this is. The novelty. When you get into school supplies, it becomes novelty, and that's what eats up your pocket. So I had to pray that novelty away and come to my senses. Mm. Mm. But yeah, everything else I try to, like I said, I try to keep it to a minimum. Um, Paint. I bought paint in bulk a few years ago. We still have that paint. We paint a lot, and it just lasted to buy it in bulk rather than buying the little nice little Crayola pots, and I think it's like a pack about that big for I don't know, $5 or $6. It looks cute. It's $5 or $6, but it's only a little bit of paint. That they would have went through that paint in a day. So I went through school supply and spent. It was less than $20, and I bought like 12 pints, and those pints last. So I guess it's just me and you this morning. I guess. Yes, I'm gonna catch it on the replay and comment or not. But that's it. That was my little haul, and it was fun. Like I said, it was fun watching everybody, and I do appreciate because they did all of the work for me by showing me what was out there. I appreciate that. And good morning, ladies. I can't believe I missed this, Vicky. Yeah. Faith and Fun. Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining. But yeah, just go back and watch the video. But I shared my short little haul of school supplies and the reasoning behind it. Okay, everybody has their own ways. I checked last night before bed. I did come on a little early. I said 9:30. I scheduled for 9:30. And I came on at 9:15. So the kids are just now waking up. So I timed this kind of perfect. And okay, very, very minimal. Did not go overboard this year. And I don't know, to some, like I say, it's a novelty thing that they have to see. Um, all these supplies, the supplies, the room, the curriculum, that does not determine how you teach your children. You don't need all this stuff. How do you get the notifications? On the subscribe button, if it's red, turn it gray, and then there's a little bell. Click that little bell. So I know just because you're subscribed does not mean you'll always get the notifications. YouTube changed they're always changing stuff. You can still do it. Just go back in by my name and click that little bell. And then it'll say notifications, and you can get the notifications. It'll come to your phone or your feed, or however. How does it notificate? It'll come to your phone or to your email. And you'll be able to tell when. Like I said, I really tried to get this done Monday, but I just had some other things to do, and I didn't want to just come in and hurry up through it. So I had to take my time. But hopefully you all have been enjoying the past couple days, what I have been putting up, to kind of catch you all up what has been going on this past month. It's just been a lot of busy. And I don't want to stop what I'm doing just to come here when I know they come first. So trying to balance things out. But I do have some more things coming up, and I'm just trying to be a little more intentional about things and how I bring things to you all, so that it is, I want to say worth, but it's worth your time to to watch something that's going to benefit you, not just let me hurry up and throw up a video. I'm not one like that. The same thing with coming on live. I don't just come on live. Some days I intend to, and then I just don't, and it's because there's no message. The message has not been given to me, and there's really no need. I have to have a message given to me before I can just come on and talk to you all. And sometimes, yes, I can just come and talk, but most of the time I feel, oh, I need to come back live. I need to do this and I need to do that, but it just doesn't happen. So I feel that it's for a reason. Everything has a reason. Let us remember those in Texas. Yes, there are many still without homes and things, and it's bad. I'm gonna tell y'all it's bad, but it's not as bad as the news says. Okay, you guys watch. My dad was telling me what he saw on TV, and I didn't want to make light of when I was explaining to you all what happened and how we planned and everything, but it wasn't as bad as you all saw. So yeah, and Mr. Man showed up Tuesday when he should have been here before Tuesday because he couldn't even get into the city. He had to examine by helicopter, but he on the phone tweeting. The world is watching you. Good old Trump. So 40,000 homes. Yeah, it was not by accident at all. Not by accident. Okay, they are not going to admit that hurricane was what am I trying to say? I can't even think of the word. they could have it was poorly orchestrated. They won't admit that. It was poorly orchestrated down in Houston. They knew Monday they could have got them out. And not just I want to say man-made, but I'll get into a point about that in a minute. They knew Monday they could have issued mandatory, but see, the thing is, when the reality, when you think, okay, why didn't they issue mandatory? There's 8 million people. They can't do that because everybody's going to go crazy. That's dangerous. But they could have started by zip code evacuating people. There was enough time. They won't admit that. They had to, get those people somewhere, and the reality is they just did not care. So, yeah, a lot of people did make it out. I have family that made it out, and they left. They left before Thursday because they knew what was going to happen. Everybody, if somebody asked about Texas, I will tell you in a minute. Don't go to Houston. Do not move to Houston. That's just not the place. It will always flood. Everything that happens natural disaster wise will happen in Houston. Manufactured. So no, they're not man-made, but we all know that these hurricanes start at a certain point. They surface at a certain point. Okay. I was talking to the kids about this not that long ago. And hurricanes start in West Africa. They follow the slave ship path. Okay, if you want to be technical about it. And I say Africa, even though we know that continent is Ethiopia. But, people have modernized the name and changed it to Africa. But that is where they start. Okay, they all start that same path. Drop-off points in the Caribbean is where they surface. Drop-off point, South Carolina area is where they surface. Drop-off point, Louisiana Gulf is where they surface. Okay, they always stop. Canada, free. Typhoons, Canada will have. They've never had a major hurricane. They have typhoons. So, go figure. That's some science for you. Even the evacuation centers are flooding. Yeah, and then they had to open up the floodgates and reservoirs. Now, they could have had some of them open before it started flooding, because it would have lessened. Even though you kind of think about it, okay, why would they do that? They need to hold the water back because they knew there was going to be an excess of water. Okay, they could have alleviated some of that, but they're not going to do that. So, very devastating, and I am trying to think up something. I haven't seen anybody talk about this. I appreciate everybody offering up prayers for our state, for us, and everybody. But guess what? There are many homeschoolers in Texas, and they have lost everything. So I'm trying to figure out how we can reach those. Right now is not the time because nobody's thinking about that. But the same as I had neighbors that were, one of my neighbors was telling me they were evacuated from Katrina when we had just built a house, and they ended up neighbors down the street. They built kind of the same plan. They had moved up. They moved from Louisiana to Austin. They were in Walmart one day trying to, get some clothes and food and things like that. And they were talking, and somebody overheard them talking. That man offered them a house. He had a house that he was not occupying at the time, and that's where they lived until they were able to build their house. Now, they did get a good deal. I mean, everybody wasn't. I would say they're victims. I'm not downplaying that, but they got all kind of tax breaks. We did not, we had to pay buku. But what I'm thinking about now is all the families that have their everything underwater. So they have no homeschool. What's going to happen to them? So I need to kind of connect with some people, in the coming months when they get back on track. Some of those children may have to end up going back to school because that may be the best option. And that right there is hard in itself because they have no clothes. But they're, eventually everything will open back up, and that'll be it, And I could see that happening, put the child in school because, some have to get new jobs, some have to, just rebuild, and having a child at home, that's kind of the last thing you want to think about is schooling. But that just, I'm all the more grateful for having those little supplies. I didn't go overboard. And if I could, if I find somebody that actually needs what I just showed you, guess what? Here, you can have it. That little bit, that's not going to hurt us any. If I know it can help somebody else. I want to send some clothes, but you want to send it directly to someone. Yeah, you don't want to go through the Red Cross. The Red Cross, FEMA, oh my goodness. Katrina, they took all that money. They took all of it. All of it. I said, I know people firsthand that were victims and survivors. They took all of it. It was a lot going on down there. And in that Superdome, they don't tell about all that stuff. Just about what they want you to see and hear. They don't tell about all the children that were rescued. All those children. Nobody knows what happened to those children. They claim that they were orphaned. We don't know what happened to them. But there's this thing called harvesting. I'm going to leave it right there. A lot of people in that Superdome, even with the Red Cross and FEMA there, they were giving out shots to those people. They were giving out shots to those people. Why are they giving out shots to the people? A lot of people died in the Superdome. You know what they did with them? They removed them. Took them right outside. But they lost their lives due to those shots. Not to what they had been through. But you don't hear about that stuff. They didn't have to do just another Katrina situation. Never trust the government. Look up Hurricane Harvey conspiracy. There are many videos. Girl, I believe it. I don't have to. I already know. Because so many of them do not have flood insurance. Yeah. There are 8 million people. Let us know if there becomes a way to contribute directly to homeschool families. Like I said, I'm trying to find, and right now, I'm respecting everybody because I know I would be in that position. But just know, I'm putting it out there because not many people think about that, and I would think about that, but that would be not the closest thing to my mind. If that happened to us, I would not be thinking about schooling the kids because we have to get back in a living situation. But yeah, keep that in mind that they have lost everything. So they need whatever they can get. So, if somebody happens to see here today and, they can actually verify, who knows what I might come up with. And I'm just talking about out of my room, not, asking you all or letting you all know. I would give out of the goodness of my heart. Yes, ma'am. Say no more, we know. Yeah, I'm not sure they did. Haiti is still messed up. Yeah. I'm not. They will eventually. Me too. Well, thank you, Vicky. Submit to Christ. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Everybody just needs to wake up on things. Just wake up. Just don't sleep on it. The government is just shady. It's all get up. So, it's now 10:07. I've been on here almost an hour. The kids are waking up. And like I said, hopefully those of you that did not catch the beginning, go back and watch. Leave me your comments, your thoughts, and things like that. That way others can, did you find this helpful? I don't know. Not everybody has my idea of thinking on purchasing, but And I'm not saying that my way is the right way. And it had nothing to do with a lack of money. It's just my ideology, the way I think about making any type of purchase. Miss Calm. So, but yeah, I do appreciate looking at all of the hauls, and hopefully those items that you all purchased are helpful to you, and they bring you much success in your homeschool year. Let's see, the other day I saw on TV within a span of 10 minutes 2 commercials for mental illness drugs. Wow, one for adults. I have not, per se, not unless you tell me, really, because I don't watch TV, but I haven't really heard anything either. Just in passing. Mental illness, yeah, but it's real. It is real. It's becoming more prevalent today. A lot more people are speaking about mental illness, and I'm not saying it's not real. It's just more prevalent. And I can advocate myself for, the children. I can attest. It's real. But there are factors that do contribute. Definitely factors. And there are some you cannot control, but there are some directly that you can control. So, but yeah, it's crazy. They market all kinds of, fix it this and fix it that, and it's not necessary. It will take years for Houston to recover. Indeed, indeed it will. I want to say after Hurricane Katrina, what it did was it just dropped a lot of victims from Katrina went to Houston. So a lot of those that just were affected by Harvey were affected by Katrina. That is just sad. It is really, really sad. I caught a story about a family in the Gulf down here. They had just moved from Tennessee from fires. They had just moved here on Tuesday, and they had to be evacuated. And I just thought, my gosh, that's sad. It's truly sad. So, yeah, it's going to take years for them. Housing wise, yeah, it's a mess. What happened was a lot of them, like I said, FEMA took, okay, they all had to turn to Section 8. Section 8 for Austin, because a lot of families went to Austin. They were living in hotels. They were living in motels for long periods of time because they did not get what they were promised, the little trailers and all that kind of stuff. Section 8 closed for 6 years in Austin because of all of those people that needed housing assistance. And I just thought, wow. And I had not heard of anybody, any city where the thing just closed up like that. But there was just so many people in need. So, imagine that is what's going to happen. And even, I think, when they open the list back up, they only take so many people per opening, and it's closed. I just thought, wow, what happens to these families? So, this stuff was no accident. They know what they're doing. all these tragedies. No accident. 9/11 and, all that stuff. Not an accident. Yes, ma'am. Get ready to get you some breakfast. I'm ready to get off of here. It's just sad, but, you have to be on the watch. You have to be on the watch. There are signs that are given to us well before things happen. You just have to pay attention. They're going to move up north, most likely, because of the floods, the belly of the beast. Probably, just like New Orleans. Now, New Orleans was heavily populated with African Americans. Now, it's affluent Caucasians. That wasn't by accident. So, yeah. Let me get in here. Thank you all for joining. I need to go and get these children fed. And, keep up on what's going on. They did tell us something. I don't know. I read something about a storm. I don't know. But isn't that something? What does it say? Be watchful and prayerful. Another storm is coming. Hurricane. See, that's probably what I read. Hurricane. I didn't know what but they did say another storm when I looked yesterday. So, yep. Be watchful. Be prayerful. Like I said, keep those in mind, and I am going to try and figure out what we can do to reach out to those that need help, homeschool-wise, what we can offer, and things like that. So, and if anybody happens to find anything, come back, leave me a comment on this video, because somebody may be watching and they may, find something in addition to what I'm talking about here. But also share, that way others can know what I'm trying to do. The intention is there. Whether or not we can execute it, I don't know. But I'm thinking about others. I will see you all hopefully later on. I have some videos I need to record. So comment. Bye.